Okay, I'm back with more decorating of the pages. Last time my camera cut off and I didn't realize it, so I did do just a little bit more before I noticed. I put some gesso around this picture and I cleaned up my gesso after, but added this little piece of lace trim, seam binding type lace, and a little tag here which I put a little piece of leather through the hole and then stitched it on because it was too bulky to tie a knot. I didn't want that bulk. So I just glued that on there, and that adds a little place to write, and it will also become a tiny little tuck spot. And I will stitch through this later when I do the rest of my stitching. So this is where we are. So we will just dive right in and do some more decorating of pages. Let's see. Okay. Oh, another thing I did afterwards, I kind of tried to organize my stuff a little better, and I went and got a bowl for my trims and stuff and went through my scraps and grabbed more trims and laces and bits and pieces. This raffia is causing problems. But, yeah, so with that in mind, I had a plan for this pocket right here, I think. Oh, that piece is too, well, it's not too, I can stretch it a bit, make it work. Just gonna put that along there. I like that. It's pretty simple. I'm trying to think. This is a little tuck spot right here, so I probably won't glue anything over that. So the pocket will be pretty simple. Forgot what I was doing. Actually, I do kind of want to ink this up a little bit before I glue it on. It's already got some nice aging to it, but this just darkens it a little bit so that I think it will blend into the book a little better. There's a big glob of glue that I didn't want showing. Okay, a little more down here, which I'll probably stitch through just the sides. I'm not going to stitch through that obviously because it's a pocket, and that would close up the pocket. So I'm going to add a little extra there to hold it until I stitch it. I like that. It's sweet and simple. Now I want to do something over here. I'm going to ink around it a bit. I'm not focusing too much on the animals. I want them to be a part of the book, and I want it to feel like it flows well, but I'm not focusing attention on the animals. They're not my focus, but they work well with the theme, I think. Let's see, what do I want to do with that? I was checking the time, so the white pages, I couldn't see the time on my, sorry. I just thought I might tell you what I was doing. Now I could. That might look cute if I just tear around it and make like a frame. I think I like that a lot. It has something, might be glue. It still cuts off the animals. I could do it more like, oh, I like that. Maybe kind of frame that area a bit more. Don't want to cover up the moon either, or the animals. I wish it did come down all the way though. Then that covers up the moon. But I like the moon because that's what tells you it's night. But then, decisions. I could trim some of this off. You know what? I'm going to save that for another page. Let's do something else here. Maybe some sheet music. It's painted on one side, but that's okay. I could just add, I just kind of want to add a bit here. It is something, anyways. Maybe just I don't know. I'm going to leave that page for now and maybe come back to it. For now, I'm going to work on this. This is some rose hips, a vintage image of rose hips. And I think what I'm going to do, maybe, I have an idea. No, not like that. Oh no, kind of like that. Decisions. It's hard to make them. Apparently for me. Anyways. Actually, I think I have an idea. Maybe. I'm going to, I'm going to back this image on some thing here, make it thicker, and stitch a, no, Marcia, these are my fabric scissors, I can't do that. Okay, get that out of the way. I'm going to glue this on here. And make it sturdier and turn it into a tuck ball. Where's my glue pages? My brayer does have a bunch of glue and stuff on it, because like the very first time I used it with paint, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because it was new, the paint did not come off. I couldn't wash it off, because it was like, it was rubbery, and I don't know, it really stuck on there well. Not 100% sure why. I really like this picture of the rose hips. I have rose hips on my rose bush right now because I didn't deadhead it, and I'm going to attempt for the first time to make some rose hip tea. I don't know. I've heard about it and thought I would try it. I don't know if it's any good. Okay, move this out of my way. And then I'm going to stitch. Yeah, I'm going to glue that on first. How am I going to glue it on? This doesn't matter a whole lot because I'm going to be stitching it. Ah, I'm not using my paper. Now this page is going to be sticky. I do want that to be really flat because as you're tucking stuff in there, you don't want it getting caught on that page. So I'm going to stitch this. I realized last time just how loud my sewing machine was. I didn't realize that before. So I'm just going to quickly stitch around this. Okay. I'm just gonna, how am I gonna do this? Glue along here and the bottom. A little extra there so that the music paper is stuck down as well. Yeah, I think a tuck spot is a good idea right there. I just realized because it's got that other pocket with that crochet right behind it, so it would make it difficult to write on that page anyways. So tuck spot is good. And then I can just tuck a journaling card or copy dyed paper or something like that and behind it. Yep, I like that. Okay, over here I'm going to take a punch. I thought of this while I was working on the other page. Isn't that good of me to be thinking ahead and able to function at the same time? Okay, and I am going to put this here. And we'll come back later and stamp something on it. Maybe a word or a little acorn stamp. I have a little acorn stamp. I think I just inked the wrong side of that. There's a smooth side and then a rougher side. My little scrap piece of foam here is falling apart. I'll have to find a substitute for it. Okay, do that, and I'll put something behind it. Maybe this. No, not that. Let's see. Large. Just to save myself time, I'm going to go ahead and take this out. This wire. I saved these to use for other things. I've used them on boho beads. They work quite well. I don't have to go out and buy wire. I even lucked out on one piece of ribbon that I got. It had red wire in it. I don't even remember what color the ribbon was, but it surprised me that the wire was red, but I liked it. Okay. I think I just want a little something. Those scissors are about shot. I might have to see if I can talk my son into sharpening them for me. I like how that red really shines after I fray it. How do I want to do it? This is a tuck spot here as well. So yeah, I think I'll just do that. It's simple and sweet, but once it's stamped and you've got something in the tuck spots, it's just enough, I think, anyways. And yes, whenever I use fabric or something, I use the tacky glue. Because glue stick just, I mean, it works great on the paper, but not on fabric. I'll use it on fabric for a temporary hold until I stitch it, but nothing more than that. That's probably a bit much, but I'll spread it out. I don't have any lumps or bumps. Oh, I just realized I didn't want to. You know, that's fine. The tuck spot doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom. It can be glued right there. Yes, I'm a messy crafter. You guys are seeing that now. As long as the end product works out and looks good, I can clean up later when I'm done. Okay. I may put something across here because I'm going to be stitching. Kind of like, I mean, I really like this sari silk. I might just put a little strip just right across there. Maybe, no, not that. I'll do a bit of this really grungy lace, and I'll go clear across the top, I think. I won't be able to stitch all the way across, so I'm gonna use tacky glue just because I'm not sure how far in I'll be able to stitch it. I want it sticking over the top just a little bit. I like that look of just having bits and pieces sticking out of the book. I may even trim this so that it sticks out a little, or maybe, no, I'll just trim it. it'll get really frayed looking and I think pretty. That just sticks out just a little bit. A couple pieces of lace now sticking out. Okay, there's that. This is kind of a slow process. Oh yeah, I was going to stitch this on here and simply make that a flip up. I like that. I may add something else. Oh, yes. Maybe a little longer piece. I kind of like it layered. It's folded in half and layered. So should I just put it over maybe? Something like that. I like that. Forgot what I was doing for a moment. Very squeaky brayer, that's for sure. Okay, then I'm just going to run a dab of glue stick there. And put this here. Then I'm going to run it through my sewing machine. Oops. A little too much glue, apparently. Put on a zigzag stitch. Okay, that's that. Let's do a little something for like a tab so that people know to open it. What am I looking for? That's a good question, I see. This little bit of felt in it. It's got stuff stuck all over it, but that's okay. I think I'll just maybe, it's a bit thick. Use this bit of chenille fabric. I'll use it instead. Oh, I shouldn't have cut that. Oh well, can't win them all. Yeah, I like that. a cute little Tim. Let's just stitch through the tab real quick. Strings, maybe too many. Okay. Do you want to? Just crunch that up a little bit. Am I in frame? I don't know if I was. I'll try to be. Okay, put some glue on here. How are we for time? We're doing okay, I suppose. Fuzz. Alright, cute. I like it. I like it a lot. Then I have this picture of a cornucopia, which, yeah, goes this direction. Lots of flowers. I'm going to keep this one pretty simple and just put it on there. Debating what size I wanted to use. I don't know about anybody else, but when I punch corners, they don't always come out quite round. So I've found that if I turn the paper over and do it again, it just kind of rounds them out a little bit better. Maybe I'm being too much of a perfectionist. Yeah, I like that. And I may add some fabric or something later when I go to stitch. That one's quite sticky. I'm going to use a different one. Sorry if that squeak bugs you as much as it does me. I gotta clean this off because I can't hardly get my lid on there anymore. Okay, I call that one done. So we're making some progress. Oh yes, we're getting there. Where are we at? 30? I'm going to do one more spread, probably. I like this. I have acorn. This is an old advertisement label for stoves. And then I found this page from a book, which I will probably alter. And it's going to be tucked in there. I just did that to remind myself that that's where I wanted it. And this is not a flip up, so I may just put this right here. Layered up with some papers or some cheesecloth maybe. Let's see. I know I had some in here. There we go. I'm just going to do probably one side like so, I think. A tip for cheesecloth, if you do not want it to all just fray and fall apart and have hardly anything left, do it at an angle. Put it on at a bit of an angle, and then they're crisscrossing this way, and they'll come apart and fray, but they won't just completely pull out. Just thought I'd share that. I'll go and glue that on there, and then decide what to do next. I don't even know how that was even on there now. And see, now I said that and then I put it on there straight, but I can always, yeah, it's not quite straight. Okay, I'm going to trim some of this extra off just so there's no bulk behind the picture. And then I'll trim this up as well. That little piece I'll hang on to. Don't throw anything away, unless I absolutely have to. Okay, I feel like it needs maybe some book page. I'm used to that to glue. Not that it really matters. Let's see. Find something with, no, not those. Something with, do gesso page. Okay, maybe I won't use book text. Maybe I'll use some sort of scrapbook paper. Oh, I kind of like the wood, since it's not a lot of contrast, though, unfortunately. But yeah, acorns grow on trees. In case you didn't know that. Nope. Not enough contrast. So, maybe, most of my pages are a bit dark. I'm going to just use this gessoed paper, I guess. I don't think it's really going to matter a whole lot. I just want a bit of it sticking out, not enough so you can read it. I'll just do it like that, because I don't want anything interfering. The cheesecloth is really lightweight, so I'm not worried about that. And it can even come up some like that. I do kind of like just that little bit right there. Very serious matter. It's not a very serious matter. It's just not. If it were too serious, then I wouldn't like it. I'm talking about crafting, by the way. my brain wandered. I do take a lot of things seriously when it comes to my crafts, like, you know, they're